last class we have discussed regarding the diode clippers, and then we moved on to the diode clampers. The diode clampers we have discussed regarding the positive clamper. Okay, so we'll again have a quick recap of the positive clamper circuit. So I'll first show you the circuit diagram. So this is your positive clamper circuit. So initially for the positive half cycle of the input, the first cycle, your diode is in a, for the positive half cycle, the diode D is in reverse bias condition, and that's why your output will follow the input waveform. Okay, so this is open. This is open, and then your entire supply will appear across your resistor. Okay, and then output will follow the input waveform. And in the first negative half cycle, your diode becomes forward bias. Then the first negative half cycle, your diode becomes forward bias, and then when it is closed, your capacitor gets charged in this manner. It's the charging direction of your charging current. Okay, for the negative half cycle, so this you are in the direction in the figure B. You can see that it's the charging current direction. Okay, so from the first negative half cycle, your diode is in on condition, and then your capacitor gets charged. It gets charged until the peak voltage Vm, and then this your terminals of your capacitor. Okay, and for the subsequent cycles of your supply, what happens is your capacitor now acts like a constant DC voltage source. Capacitor acts like a constant DC voltage source, and then your diode will remain in the open condition. Okay, why it is so open means, so at the terminal, if you check the terminal voltage across the terminals AB, VAB, this will be always be, what will be your VAB? Can anyone let me know? Please tell me. You can apply your KVL. You can tell me what is VAB. Okay.
I plus VM.
VI. It is VAB
Plus
equal
VM.
to VI plus VM, right? Because we are moving from negative terminal to positive terminal. So what is the minimum value of your VI?
Minus V.
Minus Vm. So what is Va basically? Va is nothing but Vm sine omega t. So its a minimum value will be minus Vm, right? So VAB, the minimum value is 0. So if you're considering your ideal diode, your always I can say that VAB is greater than or equal to 0. It means that always your cathode, A is nothing but your cathode. Okay, so cathode is a anode. Always cathode is at higher potential than anode. So in this condition, your diode will become open. It will be in a reverse bias condition. Okay, so for the remaining cycles of the input supply, your diode will remain in the open condition only. So when the diode is remaining open, then what happens? Across the output, the voltage that appears will be your Vi plus Vm. Okay, so Vi will be your input supply, whereas additionally you are adding a constant voltage Vm. Okay, so that's why you're in the output, at every instant the voltage will be raised by an amount of peak voltage Vm. Okay, so that's why we are able to raise the voltage. So we are able to clamp it to a higher voltage. That's why it is called as a positive clamper circuit. So your VAB is equal to Vm plus Vm sine omega t. Okay, so Vm sine omega t is your V input. It is always greater than or equal to 0, and will remain at Vm plus Vm sine omega t. But this is valid only when you take care of these conditions. So what are the conditions to be satisfied? The discharge time constant tau is equal to a discharge time constant tau is equal to RL into C. This must be a very large value. This must be a very large value. Okay, compared to compared to your time constant, compared to your time period. What's the time period of your supply? What's the time period of your supply? What's the time period?
2 pi by omega.
2 pi.
2 pi by omega. You know that omega t is equal to 2 pi, right? So you will have 2 pi by omega. So always RL into C should be greater than your t. It should be a very large quantity. So we'll get this condition RL into C greater than 2 pi by omega. So this could be a necessary condition. Okay, then only your positive clamping will occur. So for such cases, usually we'll take large capacitances, usually made up of the type electrolyte capacitors. Okay, and then if you in case if you are considering a practical diode instead of ideal diode, so in the ideal diode condition, the condition is VAB greater than 0 is satisfied, then the diode will be in open condition. But for a practical diode, it should be greater than your cut-in voltage, right? Instead of greater than 0, the condition should be VAB greater than equal to VD. That condition should be there. That's why wherever you see VM for a practical diode, will be replacing that VM with VM minus VD. Okay, so only when this condition is satisfied, the capacitor will not be charged until VM, but it will be charged only up to VM minus VD, because there will be a small drop in voltage across your practical diode. Whereas in ideal diode, there will not be any drop across your diode. Okay, that's why there we will be telling that capacitor will be charged until VM, whereas in a practical diode, the capacitor will be charged only up to VM minus VD. Okay, so in the output will be, instead of V naught is equal to VM plus VM sin omega t, it will be VM minus VD plus VM sin omega t. Okay, so sometimes you may neglect this VD value. So if the peak voltage of the input supply is very large, then you may omit this VD, because VD is usually maybe 0.7 for a silicon diode, 0.3 for a germanium diode. So if you neglect this, again it will turn into the ideal diode case, which is VM naught is equal to VM plus VM sin omega t. And these are the different conditions. So this is for the condition for the first negative half cycle. This is a circuit. Okay, and for subsequent cycles, this will be your diode. So diode will remain always in the open condition. Okay, so what are the diagram that you are seeing over here? Here we are only considering the after stabilizing. So after all your transients have died down, so this your output that you are observed after some time. So whereas when you see the Simulink diagram, in the Simulink diagram, we have observed that for the first half cycle, so for the first half cycle, for the first half cycle, you have seen that V naught is following the V input, and then you have the charge capacitor charged until minus VM, the charge until VM, and then your output is rising by to the range of plus VM above your input supply, right? So whatever you are seeing in the figures are only this portion of the circuit of your out waveforms. Okay, this portion usually in the textbook they avoid. Okay, so because this is not a settled output, it's only a transient condition. It's in only in the initial first 0 to 0.02 seconds you will observe this output. Okay, but for the remaining entire circuit operation, you will have a output very similar to this. Okay, so in the initial transients, he has not considered this model waveforms. Okay, but if you want to be very specific, the model waveform should have considered the first period also, so first cycle also. In first cycle, the output is somewhat very much different from the settled output that you are seeing at the later stage. next we have a positive clamper circuit with a positive voltage. So entire circuit operation, everything is one and the same. Only thing is that instead of connecting the anode of the diode to the ground, we are connecting to a positive battery voltage VDC. Okay, so the anode voltage is now raised by plus VDC, right? So whenever you want to write the condition again, what's the condition again? For the diode to be in on condition initially, what's the condition to be satisfied? The diode should be on or off. Tell me the condition. What's the condition? In every class I'm speaking about the same condition. VAK, if VAK is greater than or equal to 0 for ideal diode, then the diode will be in on condition. If it's a practical diode, VAK should be greater than or equal to VD. Okay, in this state, your diode will be on. Otherwise, for all other conditions, your diode will be in off state, right? So, additionally, you will get this VDC content in the output. So, for ideal diode, instead of writing Vm, now your capacitor will be raised to a voltage of Vm plus VDC. Your capacitor will be charged to an amount of Vm plus VDC. So, in the output, you can observe that V0 is equal to Vm plus VDC, and then you have your normal Vm sin omega t. So this Vm sin omega t is from the input supply. So this is all contributed by the supply voltage, whereas this portion is supplied by the capacitor. Okay, so capacitor will be now charged to a value of Vm plus VDC. Okay, that's why you are getting the output voltage raised by Vm plus VDC volts. Okay, so in case you are considering a practical diode, so wherever you have your Vm, instead of Vm you will be writing Vm minus VD. That's the only thing. Okay, so it will be Vm minus VD plus VDC plus Vm sin omega t. Okay, so let us check the output waveform. So this is a positive clamper circuit with positive reference voltage. So I am only considering the ideal diode condition. So I'll be showing the simulation circuits also. So now tell me what is the maximum value that you're seeing on the screen. Maximum value that you're seeing over here. What's this value? Is it 20 or greater than 20?
Greater than
So this value is nothing but, what is this value? So this value is contributed by three terms. So one is Vm plus VDC plus you have Vm sin omega t. So this is your output. Okay. So here Vm I have taken as 10 volts. So 10 I have taken VDC as 2 volts plus the peak value in the input is again 10 volts. So it is around 22 volts. So this is 22 volts. It should be somewhere around 22 volts. Okay. In case if I consider a practical diode, then the output would have been Vm minus VD plus VDC plus Vm sin omega t. So in such a scenario, the output voltage would have been 10 volts minus what is the diode, silicon diode. If I take 0.7 volts will be your drop across your diode plus VDC 2 volts I have taken the battery voltage, and then again the maximum value of Vm sin omega t is Vm, which is equal to 10 volts. So it would have been 22 minus 0.7, that is around 11.3. Okay, so this is the positive clamper circuit with positive reference voltage. So next we will be discussing about positive clamper circuit with negative reference voltage. Okay. So this is a positive clamper circuit with negative reference voltage. So here it is exactly the replica of your positive clamper circuit. It is only thing difference is that here we are connecting the anode of the diode to the negative voltage bias. Okay, so we are giving a negative voltage to the at the anode of your diode. Okay, so what happens in the output? You will observe that instead of Vm plus Vm sin omega t, you will be observing Vm minus Vdc. So your capacitor voltage, your capacitor will now be charging only until Vm minus Vdc. This will be your capacitor voltage, whereas this Vm sin omega t is your supply voltage. Okay, so capacitor will be charged only until Vm minus Vdc volts. Okay. Now, if you are considering a practical diode, again you will be replacing in place of Vm, you will be writing Vm minus Vd. So that will be Vm minus Vd minus Vdc plus Vm sin omega. Okay, that's for a practical diode. Okay, so if we check the simulation circuit, I have considered only the ideal diode. I have not considered the Vd value. Okay, so what's the voltage that you are observing over here? What's this voltage? What's the maximum value you are seeing over here? What's the voltage you are seeing? What is this value? Is it 20 or less than 20? Please respond. It is less than 20, right? So this value would be, what would be its value? It is Vm minus Vdc plus Vm sin omega t. This is your curve. And because your Vm is 10 volts, Vdc is 2 volts, plus again the maximum value of Vm sin omega t is Vm, that's again 10 volts. This is 18 volts. Okay. In case if you are using a practical diode, additionally you may have to remove that 0.7 volts. So for a practical diode, it will be 18 minus 0.7. That would have been 17.3 volts. Okay. So this increase in voltage is at every instant. For at every instant, you are adding plus 8 volts. Okay, this 8 volts you are adding everywhere. So I can say that this difference is 8 volts. Here it's also it is 8 volts. At every instant you are increasing the voltage by 8 volts. Okay. So next we have negative clamper. Negative clamper. So in the negative clamper, what we are doing is we are reversing the diode. So you can see that here diode cathode is connected to the ground terminal. Okay, whereas anode is connected to the capacitor. Okay. So what happens in the positive half cycle? For the positive half cycle of the input, how will be your diode? Will it be in forward bias or reverse bias? Forward bias, right? So what happens when it is in forward bias? Your capacitor gets charged, right? So your current will be, so your current will start flowing in this manner. Okay, and then your capacitor gets charged. Once it is gets charged, what happens? What will be the, so after some time what happens? After it gets charged to a value of Vm, what will be the anode voltage? Sorry, what will be the anode voltage? Please respond. What will be the anode voltage?
Vi plus Vm.
Vi plus Vm or Vi minus Vm? Please check the terminal conditions. See the
Minus
polarity of the
Vi
charge.
minus Vm.
So please check the capacitor
Vi
voltage
minus
term. So in the previous case, I'll go back to the circuit. So here the capacitor, because of the current direction, your capacitor is charged with the polarity. You can see that plus terminal is towards output and minus is towards the input. Okay, in capacitor terminal polarities. Whereas in the negative clamper circuit, because your diode is reversed, the charging current direction is also reversed. Okay, the charging current direction is not now in a anti-clockwise manner, it's in the clockwise manner. Your charging current is in a clockwise manner. Okay, so in this condition, your capacitor polarities will be in such a way that positive polarity is towards the supply V in and negative polarity is towards your output. Okay, here is your positive and negative terminals. Now what will be your, if you are applying your KVL, okay, if you are applying your KVL, say across this diode, what will be your voltage? Your voltage will be VI minus VM. VI minus VM. Okay, so what is VI? VI is VM sin omega t, and then you have minus VM. So your V0 will be equal to V0 minus VM plus VM sin omega t. Okay, so earlier it used to be plus VM. Now instead you are getting minus VM. This minus VM is contributed by your capacitor. Okay, whereas VM sin omega t is contributed by your supply voltage. Okay, so this for ideal diode. In case if you are considering again a practical diode, in place of VM you keep VM minus VD. Okay, so it is minus of VM minus VD plus VM sin. Okay, so capacitor will be charged only to the value of VM minus VD volts. In case if it's a practical diode, this is a negative clamper because we are reducing the voltage, right? So we are reducing the voltage by an amount of VM volts. So if your output level, DC level is now reduced by an amount of VM. Okay, so your DC level is shifting from 0 to minus VM. So DC level shifting. This also, these are the wave for steady state waveforms. Okay, these are not a transient waveforms. In transient waveforms, I will show that. If you are simulating the circuit, you may observe the even the transient condition also. So here this portion is your transient state. Okay, so this is your steady state. This portion is your steady state. Steady state. So these are the initial transients. Here also the condition is that the your charging and discharging time should be very large. So your RC value should be a large quantity. Only in that state only this kind of clamper circuit is possible. Okay. So what is the output you are observing over here? What's the peak value of your output? What's the peak value of your output? So what's the peak value of your output?
10.
0.
0. Okay, this is equal to 0. This is 0. So for the input, the peak value is 10 volts. Okay, this is the peak value of your input. Now it has reduced by VM units. So it is 10 volts minus 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Okay. Similarly, what's the negative peak in your input voltage? Negative peak is minus 10 volts. Okay. So if you again reduce minus 10, if you again reduce 10 volts, it will become minus 20. Okay. So for every instant, you are reducing the voltage by VM volts. That is here 10 volts. Okay. This is for ideal voltage condition. If it was a practical diode condition, how would be your voltage? If it is a practical diode, So this is minus of Vm minus Vd. So it would have been minus Vm plus Vd plus Vm sin omega t. Okay. So it would have been minus 10 plus 0.7 again plus 10. So instead of 0, it would have been 0.7. Okay, so here you can see that the maximum value is at a V gamma. So V gamma or Vd is the same. Okay, so it is around 0.7 volts that you will get if you are simulating the circuit. It is for your negative clamper circuit. So next circuit is negative clamper circuit with a positive reference voltage. Like earlier, we have done for your positive clamper with a positive reference voltage. Here also we are introducing a positive bias voltage towards the cathode of the diode. So this is your cathode, this is your cathode, so your anode. So at the cathode terminals, you are attaching a positive voltage. Okay. So what happens? You are adding additional VDC to the circuit. Okay, so in the output, earlier the negative clamper circuit, your output is minus Vm plus Vm sin omega t. So where capacitor is charged to minus Vm. Okay, now it would be minus Vm plus VDC. Okay, minus Vm plus VDC plus Vm sin omega t. Okay, so this is how your circuit will work. So what is the maximum value you can observe in our circuit, in our simulation circuit? You can see that it is raised by, so what is the maximum value? Here, this value is around 2 volts. Okay, so this is your 0. So your net effective change in voltage is not 10 volts. So your voltage is not reduced by 10 volts, it is reduced by Vm, sorry, it is reduced by an amount of minus Vm plus VDC. So that is we are reduced by minus 10 plus 2, that is 8 volts. So this difference is 8 volts. Here it is 8 volts. When you are considering for a ideal diode, okay. In case if you are considering a practical diode, then what happens? It would have been minus Vm minus Vd plus VDC. Okay, so your effective change will be minus of 8 minus 10 minus 0.7 plus 2. So what is this value? 10 minus 0.7 is 9.3 minus 9.3 plus 2. So it will be minus 7.3. So your change would have been, instead of 8 volts, it would have been only 7.3 volts. Okay. So for an examination, either a simple analysis of a clamper circuit might be given or numerical problems might be given. So all the numerical problems regarding these clippers, clampers will be discussed in the next class. Okay. Because even for a grade point of view, you will be getting the numerical questions from this topic on clippers and clampers. So next we have negative clamper circuit with negative reference voltage. So here instead of the positive bias voltage at the cathode, we will be having a negative bias voltage at the cathode terminal. So instead of adding VDC, we will be reducing that VDC. So your V0 will be equal to minus Vm minus VDC plus Vm sin omega t. If it's a ideal diode, okay. So if it's not ideal diode, it would be minus of Vm minus Vd minus VDC plus Vm sin omega t. So you can see that in some of the circuits, in the waveforms, in the model waveform, that they are given some, instead of sinusoidal voltages, they are given rectangular voltages. Okay, do not worry about that, because here this Vm sin omega t we are writing because it is Vi. It is a input voltage. If the input voltage is something else, it would if the input voltage is a rectangular wave, it will still remain the rectangular wave. For giving the trapezoidal wave, it will be remain the trapezoidal wave. We are simply adding the V to the Vi voltage. We are adding that capacitor voltage. Okay, so your overall output waveform will remain exactly identical to that of that your input voltage waveform. The shape of the voltage waveform is not going to change. Okay, your time periods are not going to change. Your frequency of the circuit will remain the same. Only thing is that you are adding a additional DC voltage. So either your voltage will be raised or it will be reduced. The voltage wave shape will not be modified, unlike in a clipper circuit. In a clipper circuit, you can see that your entire output voltage waveform shape is different from that of input voltage waveform. Okay, so even if you are giving a sinusoidal voltage, you can obtain a trapezoidal voltage in the output circuit in a clipper. Whereas in the clamper, what are the shape of the waveform that you are giving at the input terminal, the same thing you will observe at the output terminals. Okay, only thing that is going to change is your average DC value. The average DC value either will be raised by the capacitor voltage or it will be reduced by the capacitor voltage. So here, because we are taking a negative reference voltage, here we will observe that we are going to see a reduction in the voltage. Okay, so here what is the maximum voltage that you are observing in the output waveform? What is this value? What is this value that you are observing?
Less than 0.
So less than 0. So if it is 10 volts in the input, if the maximum value, if the input voltage is 10 volts, we are observing around minus 2 volts. That is, we are observing minus Vm minus VDC. Okay, minus Vm sin omega. This is your output voltage, right? So this portion we are replacing with 10 volts. This is we are replacing with again 10 volts. This is 2 volts. Okay, so what you are getting, this is plus 10, sorry, this is plus 10. So what you are observing, minus 10 minus 2 is minus 12 plus 10, that is minus 2 volts. Okay, this is minus 2 volts you are observing. So this decrease is 12 volts. So at every instant you are decreasing the voltage by 12 volts. Here instead of here you are seeing minus 10, you will be observing minus 22 volts. Okay, so here instead of 0, here you will be observing minus 12 volts. This minus 12 volts. Okay, so with this your clamper circuits are finished. So now I will be showing the simulation of this clamper circuits. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
In the positive clamper circuit, we are taking a AC voltage source 10 volts. We are taking a ideal diode initially. So you can see that for the ideal diode, your forward voltage drop is 0 volts. Can you see this? 0, right? So in the positive clamper circuit, how do you observe the output? Output should be raised by Vm volts, right? So output should be raised by 10 volts. So the output you will observe so in the output you will observe that instead of a peak value of 10 volts you will get a positive peak value of 20 volts. Instead of getting a negative peak of minus 10 volts you will be observing a negative peak of 0 volts. Is my screen visible? Is the simulation visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so instead of a positive peak of 10 volts, you are getting a positive peak of 20 volts. Instead of a negative peak of minus 10 volts, you are getting a negative peak of 0 volts. So entire waveform has shifted by 10 volts. Okay, your peak to peak voltage will remain the same. Whether it is 10 minus of minus 10, that is 20 volts peak to peak voltage, or 20 minus 0, it will still remain that 20 volts peak to peak voltage. Positive peak to negative peak voltage will remain the same. Your time period is also remaining the same. Okay, for one full cycle it is taking 0.02 seconds, that is 20 milliseconds. Okay. So now just a minute. Hello. Okay, so now what we'll be doing is instead of ideal diode we'll consider a practical diode. So what I will be doing is, so on this I'll be changing the forward voltage drop over here. So instead of 0 I'll be writing it as 0.7. Okay, now what will be your change in voltage, whether it will be still plus 10 volts or it will be reduced? Please respond. What will be the effective change in voltage now? Please respond. So earlier we have seen that the voltage is raised by 10 volts. So that when the peak is 10 volts in the input, you are observing the output at 20 volts. But now it is not at 20 volts. It has been reduced. Why it has been reduced? Please respond. Hello, am I audible?
We consider the diode to be practical.
Sir.
Yeah, the practical diode, you are observing a drop in voltage. Okay, so your effective change in voltage is now not 10 volts, but it's 10 minus 0.7, that is only 9.3 volts. So you're adding 9.3 volts to the 10 volts, so it is 19.3 volts. Okay, it is not 10 plus 10 20, but it is 10 plus 9.3. Okay, that 0.7 volt you are seeing this drop. Okay, similarly here earlier the negative peak touches the 0 voltage, but now it is at, what's this value? What will be this value? The output, so it is minus 10 plus 9.3, so it is, sorry, minus 10 plus minus 10 plus 10 and then 0.7 volts you have to remove. So this is minus 0.7. Okay, this is at minus 0.7 volts. So instead of, in ideal diode we are observing that negative peak is at 0 volts, but however in practical diode case we are getting it as minus 0.7 volts. Okay, and then we'll see the second circuit. So this will close. Second circuit is positive clamper circuit with positive reference voltage. So initially I'm considering the ideal diode. So in the ideal diode case, so your capacitor will now charge to not until 10 volts peak, but it will be charged to 10. So what's the value it will be charged to? It will be charged to 10 plus 2 volts. Okay, it will be charged to 10 plus 2 volts. So your voltage will be, you're observing the peak voltage in the output will be, positive peak voltage will be 10 plus 10 plus 2. So in the output voltage you will observe it as 22 volts. So can you see this? So when the input is at 10 volts, what is the output you are observing over here? Please respond. It is 22. So your net change in voltage, net rise in voltage is 10 plus 2, 12 volts. At every instant you are adding 10, 12 volts. Okay. So when you have the negative peak in the input voltage, that is minus 10 volts, what will be your negative peak in the output voltage? Minus 10 plus 12. So that will be, what is minus 10 plus 12? 2 volts, right? So this voltage is around plus 2 volts. Okay. This is plus 2 volts. So now in case if you are considering a practical diode, instead of 0 I'll be taking it as 0.7 volts. Okay. So now what happens? Your effective increase in voltage will not be 10 plus 2, 12 volts, but it would be 10 plus 2 minus 0.7. So it is 12 minus 0.7, that is 11.3 volts only. Okay. So if I run the circuit now, it will not be 22 volts, it will reduce slightly. It will reduce to 21.3 volts. So you will not see this much amount of voltage above your 20 volts. This peak will be slightly reduced. Can you see this? This voltage has been slightly reduced by 0.7 volts. Here also it is reduced slightly. So here this peak value is now 21.3 volts, around 21.3 volts. So let us check if we have doubt. We go for the measurements, go to the cursor measurements, and bring the cursor to this peak value. It depends upon the placement at which position you are keeping. Based upon that you will get the value. So I have kept it 0.025 seconds. Okay. Now I will be checking the input voltage. So input voltage, what you are observing on the screen? What's the input voltage you are observing on the screen? What's the input voltage you are observing on the screen? Around 10 volts, right? It's a positive peak in the input voltage 10 volts. Whereas in the output voltage, change it to output, I'm getting around 21.25 something. So because of the placement, small error might be there. So it is around 21.3 volts. Okay. So I have only increased the voltage by 11.3 volts instead of 12 volts. Close this now. So next we will be seeing the positive clamper circuit with negative reference voltage. Initially again I am taking a ideal diode with forward voltage VF as 0 volts. Now your capacitor will be charged to what value? Your input peak voltage is 10 volts. Okay, and you have a negative reference voltage of 2 volts. Okay, so what is the maximum value to which the capacitor will be charged? What will be the capacitor voltage value? Please respond. What's the voltage to which the capacitor will be charged? Please respond. What's the capacitor voltage? What will be the capacitor voltage? Please respond. Roll number 4. Roll number 4. Please respond. What will be the value of the capacitor voltage value? Roll number 4. Roll number 4. Please respond. Yeah.
Screen not visible to us. The whole voice is
Voice is visible. Is it so? Manak screen కనిపిస్తుంది. Is my screen not visible? Others, please respond. Is my screen is visible or not?
network problem.
So that is your problem. Okay, if you are having network problem, please you should ensure that for the 3 hours of your class time you have to be in a place with proper network. Otherwise none of the classes will work. Okay, somehow you should be sitting at a place. I cannot ensure network on your side. At least I can try on my side that network is proper. Otherwise only you will be at the disadvantage. Okay, anyway, if you are having any such kind of network issues, still I am uploading the recording of the class videos in the Canvas. So those who are observing this network issues, those are unable to see the screen, they can watch the videos at the later point of time. But however, the issue that I have observed is that most of them are only watching the Canvas at the time of quizzes. For the rest of the time, they're not even bothering to open the modules. So that with that attitude, you will not be able to learn the subject. At max, you may pass the exam by hearting some kind of theory questions or something else. But if you want to learn something, you have to open, revise every day. Okay. So if you want to just study only a night before the exam, then it's of no use. You will be a paper engineer, but not be a real engineer. Okay, I do not want you to be a paper certified engineers. Okay. So where were we? So I was asking. So anybody else can answer. Those who are having, those are not. What is the capacitor voltage?
VM minus V.
So it's Vm minus VDC. Okay, Vm minus VDC. So if it is 10 volts, the peak voltage is 10 volts, it will be 10 minus 2, that is 8 volts. The capacitor voltage will be 8 volts. So the shifting voltage will be plus 8 volts. Okay, so if I am having a input voltage of 10 volts, I will be getting at that instant, I will get 10 plus 8, that is 18 volts. If I am having the input voltage is 0, I will be getting 8 volts. If the input voltage is minus 10 volts, I will be getting minus 10 plus 8, that is minus 2 volts. So your output will vary from minus 2 volts to plus 18 volts. Okay, so let us check that over here. So your output should vary from minus 2 volts to plus 18 volts. So here the negative peak in the output is minus 2 volts, positive peak is 18 volts. Okay, so it is varying from minus 2 volts to plus 18 volts. Okay, whereas your input is varying from minus 10 to plus 10 volts. Okay, so in case if you are considering a practical diode, of 0.7 volts, so now what you will be getting, instead of having a change in voltage of 8 volts, you will be observing a change in voltage of only 8 minus 0.7, that is 7.3 volts. Okay, now your output will be varying from, so at negative peak minus 10, output will be minus 10 plus 7.3. So that is around 2.7 volts. Minus 10 plus 7.3 minus 2.7 volts. And when at positive peak, it will be plus 10 plus 7 plus 7.3, 17.3 volts. At 0, it is 7.3 volts. Okay. So only these three values we are going to check. So you will now see that this peak is going to reduce slightly. Again, this peak voltage, negative peak will be reducing slightly. Now you can see that the voltage has been reduced slightly. Now this is not 18 volts, but it is only around 17.3 volts. Okay, so let us check that also. So input voltage is around 9.98, that is around 10 volts peak voltage. In that case, I should get output voltage somewhere around 17.3. So I'm getting around 17.26. Okay, depending upon the placement of this cursor, it will vary slightly. So it is 17.26. Can you see this value? What you are seeing at 0.025 seconds? What's the value you are seeing?
1.726.
E plus 0.1. E means 10. It's 10 to the power of 1. Okay. It is around 17.26 volts. That's around 17.3 volts that we have told just now. Okay. And let us check with this negative peak also. So its negative peak should be somewhere around minus 10 plus 7.3. So it is around minus 2.7. Okay. Can you see that here? What's the negative peak you are observing at 0.035 seconds?
2.7.
Minus 2.7, right? Okay. So whatever we are told is working. This positive clamper. So next we have negative clamper circuit, the fourth circuit. This ideal diode initially. Okay. Now tell me the voltage to which this capacitor will be charged. Peak voltage I'm taking it as plus Vm is equal to 10 volts. It's a 10 volts peak voltage. Now the capacitor will be charged. Okay, with the polarities, this side it will be plus, this side will be having minus. So towards output you'll have the minus sign of the capacitor. Towards the supply side you have the positive sign. Okay, so your output will be V in minus Vc. So because here plus you have minus, you are moving from positive terminal of capacitor to negative terminal of the capacitor. So it will be minus Vc. Okay, instead of plus Vc. So if it is plus 10 volts and then capacitor is having also 10 volts, so at positive peak of the input plus 10, you will be observing the output as 0 volts. 10 minus 10 will be 0. At negative peak, that is when the voltage is at input voltage is at minus 10 volts, you will observe that negative peak will be in the output will be minus 10 and again minus 10, it will be minus 20. So your output will be varying from minus 20 volts to 0 volts. And when the input is 0 volts, your output will be minus 10 volts. So let us check these three voltage values in the output. So what's the positive peak you are observing in the input? What's the positive peak you are observing in the input? Input it is 10 volts. In output it is 0 volts. Okay. Whereas at the negative peak of the input, that is at minus 10 volts, what's the output you are observing here? Tell me the, please respond, what's the voltage you are observing over here?
Minus
What's the
20.
minus 20. Okay, so your output voltage is varying from minus 20 volts to 0 volts. Okay, when the input is at 0 volts, your output is at minus 10 volts. Okay, you are observing the positive peak, negative peak, and also when the input is at 0. Okay, now this is ideal diode condition. Now if you check for the, now if you consider the practical diode condition, since of 0 you can take 0.7 volts. Now your change in voltage will be, what, how will be your voltage? Instead of adding minus Vm, you will be doing minus Vm minus of Vm minus Vd. So it is minus Vm plus Vd. Okay, instead of having minus 10 volts, you will be having minus 10 plus 0.7. So overall reduction will be only 9.3 volts. Okay, so when the input is at plus 10 volts, your output will be 10 minus, your output will be 10 minus 9.3. Okay, so 10 minus 9.3 is, what's the value of 10 minus 9.3? 0.7 volts, right? So when you have a positive peak in the input, you will observe only 0.7 volts in the output. Okay, when you have 0 in the input, you will be observing minus 9.3. When you are having minus 10 volts in the input side, you will be observing minus 10 minus 9.3, that is minus 19.3. Okay, so let us check the condition. 0.7. So the positive peak value in the output you can observe is only 0.7 volts. Can you see that it is now increased from 0 to 0.7 volts? Can you observe this? The output, the dotted line. Can you see this? What's the output peak value now? Please read it out. What's the output peak value you are observing? Output peak value you are observing. Please respond. It is 0.7 volts. Okay, this is the VD value. Okay, whereas in the negative peak is, instead of minus 20, it is only minus 19.3 volts. It's, so your voltage has been, the only difference between ideal and practical voltage is that a 0.7 volts. It is slightly higher than that of a ideal diode condition. Okay, so with this I'll close this negative clamper circuit, and then we have two more circuit. With that I'll end today's class. So negative clamper with positive reference voltage. Okay, so here it is again minus 10 plus 2. Okay, so minus 10 plus 2 is minus 8 volts. So if the positive peak is 10 volts, 10 minus 8, it will be 2 volts. Okay, if the negative peak is minus 8 minus 10 minus 8 is minus 18. So your voltage will be varying from minus 18 to plus 2 volts. So varying from minus 10 volts to, sorry, minus 18 volts to plus 2 volts. Okay, in the practical condition it will be minus 8 plus 0.7, it will be minus 7.3 volts. Okay, so it will further rise. So positive peak will be around 2.7 volts, slightly higher than this value. It will slightly rise again. You can see that earlier here it is here somewhere, now it has slightly raised. It is varying from plus 2.7 to minus 17.3. It's a negative clamper circuit with positive reference voltage. Now final circuit, I have negative clamper circuit with negative reference voltage. Here it will be minus 10 minus 2, so it is minus 12 volts. So when the voltage is 10 volts, I will be observing the output minus 2 volts. When the voltage is minus 10 volts, I will be observing minus 22 volts. So your output voltage will be varying from minus 22 to minus 2 volts. Okay. So your output voltage is varying from minus 22. This is not at minus 20, it is slightly below the minus 20. It is from minus 22 to minus 2 volts. This voltage is below 0. Okay, it's varying from minus 22 to minus 2 volts. If you take the practical diode as 0.7, additionally it will be raised by 0.7 volts. Instead of minus 2, you will be observing minus 1.3. Instead of minus 22, you will be observing minus 21.3. So this is not at minus 2, it is slightly just below the 0, it is minus 1.3. Here it is slightly above minus 20, it is minus 21.3. Okay, with this we have finished with the clamper circuits. The next class we'll be discussing about the Zener diode, especially regarding the Zener diode as voltage regulator, and then we'll end this unit 1. Okay, so we may have to discuss a few numerical problems regarding clipper circuits, clamper circuits, and as application of Zener diode as a voltage regulator. So besides that, everything else is finished in the unit 1. Okay. I'll take the